Okay, so do you want to see more older men starring in romantic comedies? Well, George Clooney told 60 Minutes that at 63 years old, he actually doesn't want to be competing with 25-year-old leading men, so he's no longer doing rom-coms. So I feel like some people are interested in seeing older men, but maybe not just George Clooney or something like that. But what do we think about older men in rom-coms?
I mean, they're lying. You don't want to see older men in rom-coms because they would be making more older men rom-coms if you did.
Like, you don't think there's enough of them?
I think George Clooney and his agents and his team, they see the data and they just know that these scripts aren't coming out. You know, these roles aren't being written. I mean, maybe someday they will. I mean, think of it from a TV perspective. We just recently got a Golden Bachelor. And how many seasons is that show?
2,000 seasons of this.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I would love to see George Clooney. I love George Clooney. You know, everything he's done except Batman. But you know, George Clooney knows he's reading the writing in the room, and he's saying, you know, these roles are just not coming in for me. Like, I'm going to do something else where there's more demand for what I have to offer. That's Broadway.
Do you think it has anything to do with his old persona? Remember back in the day, he was known as a perpetual bachelor. He would actually tell reporters, "I'm never getting married," and he was always dating his co-stars or some cocktail waitress in Vegas. Remember those days? And then he got serious and he got married to a Amal who's an international human rights lawyer. And I think maybe, I'm just spitballing here, George, stay with me, that maybe he wants to be seen as a more serious actor. And a lot of serious actors like the Denzels, they don't do rom-coms because it's kind of seen as fluff. And he wants to be seen as a serious actor. Right now he's on Broadway.
I couldn't agree more.
Right? And that's what he wants to see. He wants to be taken seriously. And if he's taking off his shirt trying to make love to a girl who's half his age, because that's how Hollywood likes to cast those women, right? And those couples. Maybe he just wants to change that and be like, I'm no longer that guy.
Oh my God, Andrea, you know what you just did? You just wrote the screenplay for his next rom-com. That is a perfect screenplay for a rom-com.
Don't you think? Cut, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
And my nomination.
Yes.
Yeah, it would be nice.
I think for me, when I think of him saying that, I think that's probably exactly why he's decided he doesn't want to. I think in general, the reason why the Golden Bachelor exists now and it didn't 20 years ago is because there is actually a growing demand. People like me who want to say, you know what, we should be normalizing the fact that you're not done at 60. You might not even be done at 70. Let's normalize seeing older people fall in love. Let's normalize them having sex because they're doing it. They're doing it. And let's normalize the fact that there can still be ambition and hustle, that life does not end. It actually only gets better till the last breath you take. So for me, whatever that looks like, I'm for it. And I would, P.S., Idris Elba, if you're watching, please do some rom-coms. Shirt off.
Watch that too.
I would pay for that.
I mean, there's an interesting shift when I was thinking more and more about this, which is that we see less and less sort of real-looking people of any age in rom-coms. I think there's been a shift. When I think about when we were growing up, what was it? Like the big rom-coms, When Harry Met Sally. Billy Crystal is not a particularly like hot guy. He never was. You had Tom Hanks in a bunch of rom-coms. Again, not necessarily that like, you know, shirt off kind of vibe.
What you have to be now
and what you have to be now
wildly different from that.
So
blame that on Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey, he changed that whole game, baby.
The only thing I do like about this is that it sounds to me like George Clooney is thinking about the way he appears to the world, which is something that traditionally is just something that women have talked about and stressed about. So for that tiny reason, I feel like it's a bit of an equalizing moment that I don't know. Is it a small win for feminism that now everyone's kind of
maybe.
I don't know.
We'll take it. But I still want to see him with his shirt off. Like, I'm cool with that. I don't know about you.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.